Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Power Plays YouTube channel. Today is Monday, August 19th, and I'm back looking at a couple more plays for the Monday slate of games in the MLB. We're going to be looking at the Baltimore Orioles going up against the New York Mets as the first play of the day. And then for the best play of the day, it's a match between the Cincinnati Reds and the Toronto Blue Jays. 4 total player props, with the 2 best player props being towards the end of the video. Let's start the week off hot. I hope everybody enjoys their Monday, and let's break down some ball. All right, guys, let's take a look at that graphic from Sunday afternoon. I'm recording 7:46 on Monday. So hopefully I can get this video out by 9. The streaming setup that I used last night, the website I used, was not working. So had to do it a little bit later than usual. Sorry to all the people who grind the 7 a.m. start. I know we've got a lot of people who do the 7 a.m. Watching, but we will have this video out hopefully by 9 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock. All the games tonight on Monday are late, so you guys should have plenty of time to watch. Also, thanks for all the views over the weekend. Wasn't here, had them all pre-recorded, but both videos on Saturday, Sunday hit over 1,000 for the first time in a couple weeks. So appreciate all the love on the videos from Saturday and Sunday. This is the picks from Sunday. Pretty good day. The orange is the voided picks because for the Orioles, Trevor Rogers did not go, so we could not take the over in that game. Devers did hit, the over did not hit, so we'll win 1-1. Blake Snell under 1.5 runs. Again, fantastic against the Athletics. I think he went 7 innings, 100-plus pitches again, double-digit strikeouts again. He's elite. Bobby Witt, first time in a long time he hasn't gone over 1.5 bases, did get a single in the game. The Royals continued to dominate the Cincinnati Reds in that one. Nationals money line, I thought they were going to blow it. Jake Irvin, he did have a pretty good day. Allowed 4 runs, back-to-back home runs given up in the 6th inning. Thought they were going to blow it, but nope. Did you see James Wood's home run? Did you see it? It's still probably in the air. I bet he hit it 500 feet to right field. It was an absolute bomb. And then Devers, of course, we did not be able to take. So 1-1 down the best bets. Take a look at the leaderboard. 1-1 the props, 0-0 on the game picks. 46-34 year to date. Let's try to get a sweep today on Monday. Start things off hot. We're going to be looking at the Orioles going up against the Mets for the first play of the day. I think the Orioles, they're playing a lot better baseball over the last 5 or 6 games. They took care of Boston yesterday on Sunday afternoon. The bats, they were pretty much dead for the first 5 or 6 innings going up against Crawford, but they finally started to wake up towards the end of the game. A big home run out of Gunnar Henderson helped lift them over the Red Sox in that game. The Mets yesterday, they lost outright to the Marlins, only able to put up 2 runs in that game at home. I do think we're going to see a bounce-back start for the Mets. I'm going to take them in this one. Team total over 4.5 runs as the play. If I were to take a side, I think I'd also lean towards the Mets because the Orioles, they're going to have Trevor Rogers on the mound, and he has been horrible over the last several starts for the Orioles ever since he's been traded here. He now has, in 3 games for the Orioles, given up 12 total runs. He's collected 2 losses, no wins, has a 1.88 whip, and a 7.53 ERA with his new team. The opponents he's been going up against as well are not very good teams. This hurts me to say, but he's been up against the Nationals and the Blue Jays over the last 2 games, and he's given up 7+ hits and 3+ runs in both of those games. His other game was a horrible outing as well, going up against the Guardians, giving up 5 runs in that game. And the poor thing about Trevor Rogers is that we haven't seen him get out of the 5th inning in any of these starts. So he's really hurting the bullpen for the Orioles as well. And I do expect him to struggle again in this game because he's been going up against some of these teams who are not very good teams hitting the ball this season. And the Mets this year are pretty good hitting the ball, even though the record might not show it. The Mets, they did not play very well yesterday. They didn't hit the ball very well yesterday, but over the last couple weeks, they have been putting up a lot of runs. We take out that game against the Marlins on Sunday. They have scored 26 runs over the last 4 games, so 6.5 runs on average over the last 4 games. We take out Sunday. We're only looking for over 4.5 in this game, and we're going to get it at plus money, depending on whenever you guys take it this morning. Looking at the numbers for Trevor Rogers, we should see him give up 3 or 4 runs in this game by the 5th inning if the trends continue. I've got no problem taking the Mets here as to play. I don't think Baltimore's bullpen is going to be able to shut down the Mets either. They're going to have to pitch through probably the 6th or the 9th inning. We should be able to get at least 1 run out of that bullpen. Rogers going to give up 4. Bullpen gives up 1. That's 5 runs for the Mets. Give me the team total here, over 4.5 as the play. For the player prop on the screen, we're going to go with Pete Alonso to go over 1.5 bases going up against Trevor Rogers and the O's. I was going to take Henderson, but we have David Peterson on the mound for the Mets. That is going to be a left-on-left matchup. And he does do pretty well going up against lefties, but not nearly as well as he would getting a right-handed pitcher. So we will go with Pete Alonso in this game. He has collected a hit in back-to-back games and a home run in one of those games as well. His numbers this season are a little bit down, but this is a favorable match for him. Getting a left-on-right match. He's hitting .248 this season going up against left-handed pitching. He does only have 113 attempts on left-handed pitching this season, but he has 16 extra base hits, including 9 home runs, having a really good slug percentage going up against lefties. I like Pete in this one to show off the power. Extra base hit in this game, over 1.5 bases as the play there. Let's go over the best play of the day. For the best play of the day, we're going to be looking at the Toronto Blue Jays going up against the Cincinnati Reds. I'm going to take a little bit of a chance because Hunter Green yesterday, he was put on the 15-day injured list. He was supposed to start in this game. I'm going to guess that the Cincinnati Reds will have a bullpen day today. We saw that back on August 14th. They threw out Emilio Pagan, and he did a really good job starting that game for the Reds. We're probably going to see him for the first inning, but the Reds this season have one of the best bullpens in baseball. They're coming into this game with a 3.63 team ERA for the relief pitchers and the closing pitchers. They have a 1.23 whip. Those are both top 10 in baseball. I'm going to take the Reds in this game on the money line. I saw they were plus 150 right before I hopped on to record. I've got to take them in this game because the Blue Jays, they shouldn't be a favorite in any game. The Toronto Blue Jays this season, they've been a disaster. It's not like they're throwing out a really good arm either. They've got Kevin Gausman on the mound, who has been struggling this season for them. The Blue Jays all year long have struggled to put up runs. And if the Cincinnati Reds can give us 3 or 4 runs, I do think the bullpen can get us out of this game and give us the win on the money line. Kevin Gausman, he's coming off his best performance of the season, going 7 innings against the Angels, giving up no runs in that game, but he still gave up 6 hits. Before that start against the Angels, Kevin Gausman, he had given up 2+ runs in 9 consecutive games and given up 3+ runs in 6 of those 9 games as well. He's coming in with a 4.20 ERA, a 1.26 whip, and with us not having a starting pitcher for the Reds, I still think he'll win the matchup here on the mound. I also think it's tougher on the opposing team to have to go up against a different arm every other inning. It's all about getting your timing down going up against these starting pitchers. And with a new arm on the mound every single inning, it will be tough for these guys to time up those pitches. I do think the wrong team is favored. So I'm going to take the Reds here in this game on the bullpen day. Reds plus 150 on the money line as the play. For the player prop on the screen, it was going to be Vladimir, but we're not going to be able to take him because there's too many arms that we could see in this rotation today for the Cincinnati Reds coming out of that bullpen. I'm just going to pass on the player prop for this game. If you guys want, I would go take a look at Alex Bregman. He's going up against Tanner and the Red Sox tonight, and he has been on fire at the plate over the last couple of days. Tanner, he has had a couple problems right now, giving up too many home runs and too many extra base hits. And Bregman against the right side has been really good this season with extra base hits. It also helps that he's been locked into the plate. So for the player prop, I guess we can take Alex Bregman here on the graphic. I'm not going to give it out as an official play, but if you guys need an extra player prop, I know everybody loves the player props. Go take a look at Alex Bregman tonight going up against the Red Sox. So Alex Bregman as the play there. Let's go over the best props of the day. For the best batting prop today, we're going to be looking at somebody we've never taken on the channel. It's going to be Lawrence Butler of the Oakland Athletics to go over 1.5 bases against the Rays. This is going to be a matchup going up against Shane Baz. And this kid has basically destroyed all of my confidence because whenever I don't take him to have a bad game, he goes out there and gives up 5 or 6 runs, giving up 5 or 6 hits. Whenever I do bet against him for a batting prop or just in the game in general, he finds a way to get himself out of every jam possible. I think today we're going to break the curse of Shane because he's bringing in the fastball that tops out at 94 miles per hour. So the heat is not going to be a problem in this game for Butler. He does do well against the fastball in this season. He's only hitting at 253, but he does have a +8 run value with that pitch. I think the moneymaker, though, in this game is going to be that curveball. Shane Baz throws any curveball anywhere inside the zone. We're going to see Lawrence Butler hit a home run in this one. Going up against that pitch, Lawrence, he has a 389 batting average. He crushes it, having a +6 run value, having really good slug percentage as well on that pitch. On the season, going up against the right-handed pitching, he does have a 240 batting average, 26 extra base hits. He finally got himself back on the board going up against the Giants in the last game. He ripped a double in that one because he was hitless in the series against the Mets a couple days ago. But this guy, he's got a lot of potential. He's still a young guy for the A's. He's only 24 years old. Didn't have a very good season his rookie year and in a handful of games that he played. But in the 90 games so far this year for the A's, all of his numbers, they're elevated. He looks like he could be a potential breakout guy next season for this team. I like what I've been seeing with the bat, and I like this matchup going up against Baz. So I'm going to take him over 1.5 bases here as the play. For the pitching prop tonight, we're going to be looking at Seth Lugo of the Kansas City Royals to go under 2.5 runs going up against the Angels. And there is something extremely wrong with Seth Lugo over the last couple games. He's given up a total of 14 runs and 15 hits to the Twins and the Red Sox over the last 2. That means he's given up a total of 21 runs and 24 hits over the last 3 games, giving up 4+ runs in 3 of those 4 games. To his defense, going up against the Twins and the Red Sox, those are 2 pretty good teams this season at hitting the ball. But against the Cubs, it was a bad one. He gave up 6 runs in that game. He does have a start mixed in there, giving up just 1 run to the Tigers a couple games ago. But surprisingly, his numbers are still so good this year because he's been good all season. His ERA is now barely above 3, 3.04 ERA, 1.09 whip. The numbers on the season for him, they are still very good. And the Los Angeles Angels this season going up against right-handed pitching, they're one of the worst teams in baseball. This is going to be Seth Lugo's bounce back start, with the Angels only having a 229 batting average going up against right-handed pitching. That is bottom 5 in baseball. On the season as well, the Angels have really struggled to hit the fastball. And one of the better pitches that Seth has in that arsenal of the 9 total pitches that he has is the curveball. And the Angels this season, they can't touch that pitch. I think we're going to see a high strikeout game for Seth in this one. He's going to get himself a quality start underneath his belt after 2 really bad starts. Give me his under 2.5 runs here as the play. Let's go over to the MLB graphic. We're going to be taking the Mets team total over 4.5 against the O's. Pete Alonso over 1.5 base against the O's. We're not going to take Vlad. Put Alex Bregman in there. Not an official play, but if you guys need a player prop, Alex Bregman over 1.5 base is one of the graphics. Reds money line going up against the Blue Jays, probably a bullpen day. Get him at plus money against the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays should not be favored in any game. Lawrence Butler over 1.5 bases against the Rays, and Seth Lugo under 2.5 runs going up against the Angels. Guys, that's going to do it for the MLB picks and props for Monday, August 19th slate of games. If you guys enjoy the content, please sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.